SMBs or even smaller SaaS companies or smaller startups, brands go about these three metrics or the objectives that you talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to understand one very important thing. LinkedIn at its core is meant for building communities. And the way to do that is not just the paid effort that I was mentioning earlier, but also a lot of effort being put on the organic side of things. And that is how you grow your brand as large as possible on LinkedIn. And the way to break this down from the three pillars perspective that I mentioned for SMBs is, if I have to talk about brand, the most basic step that should be in place is having a strong company page and a strong bunch of showcase pages if that is something that is required for your specific product or your specific offering. With that, of course, leveraging your employees very strongly to share that continuous flow of relevant content that you will be putting down on your page to ensure that your company page is as strong as your PS set, if not stronger. And finally, using paid as fuel on the fire to expand that audience and add to that audience as and when possible. So that's from a brand perspective how you should be leveraging LinkedIn, and then as an SMB, you should be driving a lot of engagement. From an employer brand perspective, regardless of the size of a brand, focus is very simple. You need to highlight causes that you want to either champion or you are very passionate about. You need to showcase to the world that you are a great place to work by sharing how your culture and how your values and ethics and your policies are helping your employees. Maybe call out wins that your employees have had, maybe call out how you had a great hiring process, stuff like that, which basically positions you very strongly in the employee or in the hiring market. And of course, when we talk about demand, especially for SMBs, because you have a very specific set of audiences that you're going after, and you have a very specific budget that you have to go after audiences who know you, which means you need to do a lot of retargeting. You need to use a lot of ABM lists and third party consideration lists and run very specific messaging to attain those conversions despite the limitations that you have. So for in a nutshell, it has to be very targeted, very specific, and from an organic speed as content rich as possible.
Right.